Like you start off when you start off, like you came from real life TV, right? And so then you have like what do you want? Law and Order and NCIS and shit like that, and you're like, all right, I need more action. I need something to happen. So then you transition over to like shonen anime, and then it's like eventually all the shonen anime just kind of become the same. And you're like, all right, I need more. I need something more fulfilling. And Don doesn't come around every week, so
I have to watch something else.
I gotta watch something else. So then you're like, as you go through it, then you like kind of deviate a little bit. You go a little bit more towards the slice of life stuff, and then the slice of life stuff all becomes irritating because they all have feelings for each other. It's really obvious, and then nobody pays attention to it. And then you're like, all right, I need more. And then you go into like the more deep romance ones where they actually like care about each other, and then you get into and then we move on.
whoa, wait a minute, I missed a step there. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boys, and we are back with the 38th episode of the DNAnime podcast. Woo! Hopefully you guys are having an amazing start of your new year. I'm about to say your week, but your New Year's. Your week as well. Is your week starting off good? This episode's going to come out on a Sunday, right? That's the start of the week. That was always the thing with me. I don't know if it was like this for you when you were a kid, Vix. I always considered the start of the week Monday, but then the adults kept telling me, no, it's Sunday. And I was like, well, no, school for me. Like the weekend is kind of like the end of the week, you know what I mean?
That's what I used to say,
and then Monday
too.
for me is the start.
Monday starts. Like even the adults, they also start on Monday. Most people start on Monday. Don't lie to me.
Exactly. I was like, Sunday's supposed to be the day of rest. Jesus said so. So what do you mean? But anyway, it is me, Beautiful Crow. Let's just get off the tangent. I don't know what's going on with me. It's me, Beautiful Crow. I'm here with my co-host, Vic Seal, and we are back to talk about some anime, hang out, have a good time, man. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody's ready to be in the future. In the year 2025, which is crazy. Because at work, I keep remembering to change that. Because I keep writing like January 1st, 2024. And I was like, oh, wait, that's not right.
I was so focused on getting the year right when I was at work because I have to sign the date a lot. I was like, I'm going to get the year right the first time. And then I put January, and then I put 25. And I was like, great, I got the year right. And then realized I don't have to put the year. I only have to put the day. And then I was like, and scribbled it out.
And then that's how Vix got fired. Let's go.
And now I'm a full-time content creator, just like your favorite YouTubers.
That's how it goes. But anyway, Vix, how have you been this week?
I've been doing pretty good. I have been just kind of vibing. I caught up a little bit with the new like Sword Art spin-off. It's
really?
Pretty chill. The Gun Gale one. I liked the first season because it was like, I don't know. It was like Sword Art, but it was like a little different. It was more like what I would probably really play if like VR like that existed. I would probably play stuff like that. And it's very interesting. Like the characters are fun. It's not like super deep or anything. So it's a really good like brain off anime. And it's literally just like people running around shooting each other. Like you want to play Call of Duty, but do it in VR. You guys ever play, what is it, Pavlov, I think, VR? It was like, it's literally just a shooter that is in VR. And that's all it is.
I feel like it's
just a VR shooter. And
I feel like after Super Hot came out, then VR shooters are like, those work. Those make sense.
Yeah, Super Hot was so much fun, though.
Super hot.
I was like, not anime yet, but when VR first came out, I really wanted to get on the bandwagon because I fully believed that it was going to like take off like crazy once it got more affordable. So I got the really early HTC Vive, and I got Super Hot as one of my first games. And after I like played all the way through the game, I was like, there's a speed run for everything. How do you speed run this? Because time waits unless you're moving. So I was like, what does it look like to do Super Hot speed runs? And so I had to watch. I went and looked it up, and the dude is just like spinning his wrist to keep the time moving. What? And then he's just like shooting as he's spinning his wrist, because you only have to signify movement a little bit to keep the time moving. So as long as one of your hands is in motion, time will move. And so he was just doing this, like the spinning wrist thing. What kind of nonsense is that? The whole time. Yeah, that was it. That was all he did. And then like whenever he was looking around, he would just like do both hands, and then he would just like switch it up and throw stuff. He's doing the
Orihime leak spin.
Yeah. So that game was really fun. I don't know how you would play it without VR. I think it's like also playable not on VR, and I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never actually seen anybody play not in VR. You wouldn't be able to dodge bullets like you would in VR.
Like, you just gotta do the gamer lean like you're in Mario Kart. Controllers got gyroscopes in them; they can pull it off.
Oh, that would be just so they're like the Wii's back, baby.
Then the speed run is just you doing this the whole time.
Like I promise you guys, I'm not jerking it 2 times. I'm just playing Super
Mario
High.
Party.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is an anime podcast.
Yeah, the anime podcast. Yeah. Imagine we can watch. Let's imagine the days where we could get VR snapped into an anime, like an interactive anime, like Black Mirror, but anime.
Black Mirror anime. Wait, that would be terrifying.
I mean,
wait,
it wouldn't be like, okay, I don't mean like going to a horror movie. I mean like Netflix had the interactive movie for Black Mirror. Imagine that, but like in VR and for anime. So
okay, hear me out.
Horror games.
I mean, they do have those like those anime. I don't know if you've seen them, but they do have those anime girlfriend simulators in VR.
Yeah,
or like the ones where you're the Japanese tutor helping this anime girl.
I could not escape the allegations when I told everybody I had a VR set. They're like, yeah, I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the videos. And I'm like, no, dude, that costs money. I'm not doing that.
That costs money. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I know I've seen a lot of those. But what I was thinking of that would be cool for a Black Mirror episode. So have you heard of the game Me Side? Our resident anime aficionado Nova.
The one that recently came out?
Recently. Yeah, the one with the creepy anime girlfriend murderer or whatever.
I watched Resident Nova play it a little bit. But he played it at like 3 a.m. So I was like, all right.
He did, yeah.
Sleep. And
I don't know why I was
up the video that I think Usagi posted in Eld's Discord. And I was like, this is kind of not what I was expecting. So.
Same. I think that would be cool if they could do some fourth wall breaking stuff in VR with that game. I feel like that would be perfect for an anime VR Black Mirror type game.
What is there?
Either that or Doki Doki Literature Club.
VR anime game that doesn't suck nuts.
I don't know. I can't think of what I'm talking about.
I know that there is VR anime games that exist, and I know that VR Chat had, at least when I was playing originally, they had a Sword Art Online world with like a functional sword and like almost functional monsters because it was a work in progress, and they had the original city like set up so you could go around and in the future buy things because it obviously was a work in progress, so it didn't work. But at the time, it was cool.
So I got a couple on the list. All right, so I have Guard Fortress VR, which is like a tower defense anime game. Then we got Puppy Chef Academy, where it's just like a anime styled cooking game. Then we get into something that's actually kind of cool. Void Rifter XR, which is like a Gundam VR game, which I think that's really, really cool. So that sounds cool. You got Kojin Sword Flourish, which looks like a VR sword fighting game. Looks a little jankety, but nothing like, oh wait, this is cool. Ultra Clash V. You're becoming a post-apocalyptic anime protagonist. It looks like a wrestling game. And then Reborn VR, which just looks like a VR chat anime game where you're just hanging out.
I'll say the biggest issue that I ran into with anything VR related was
they got Attack on
Titan.
Vix, how much money would I have to get you to stream Attack on Titan VR so that you can vomit live on stream?
I don't get motion sick, so I would just play it. They just have like half the game.
Attack on Quest. So they've made it, or oh wait, I'm trying to look. Okay, it says the official version has been delayed, but there's solutions.
I saw it a long time ago, and I thought it was actually already out.
VR.
But the issue that a lot of like VR games had that was like, it was kind of difficult for them to incorporate into specifically anime because one, anime characters move a lot. That's very hard to do in VR, especially with the way that models are held up, is that they are very stiff. So enemies in a lot of games, even not VR games, but then VR incorporated this, and I wish they wouldn't have because this is stupid. If you make contact with the enemy, then you take damage. But you can't lean forward into the attack. Your model will just walk forward to line up with your head, so then you'll get hit. And that was the issue I ran into. I was playing things like Raw Data used to do that on the sword character and in the Sword Art VR world. that was what kept happening. Was the sword would function, and I would lean in to do the hit, and then I would take the hit because my arm would collide with the thing. And I was like, I don't know how exactly they would make it so that you don't take damage from that, but that's not my job. So that's up to them.
I'm actually surprised. Okay, so I know VR didn't take off how they wanted it to, but with how many games, I know we talked a lot about Sword Art Online, we talked a lot about Shangri-La Frontier. It's just like, I'm surprised there's not more anime VR games. I'm sure there's more than I find. I don't know. I just found one article that listed out those, and those all look like janky nonsense. But I'm surprised there's not more like experiences. I think there's a Sword Art VR game. I believe that there is, but I don't know how like
there is. Well, there's also lightsaber VR, and that game was booty. It was so dumb because like the concept was cool, and then like they never got any updates. But you could like cheese it really hard on accident.
Accident.
The idea is that you're basically in this box, and in the box things will just come out of like the doors on either side or your sides, and then you use your lightsabers and you would just block. Like you would just lightsaber swing, block whatever came out the door. You could cheese it because the hitbox on the swords were a little bigger than your model, so all you had to do was crouch and put the swords in front of you, and you would block everything.
Oh, cheese strategies.
I was like, oh man.
Dude, okay, so you this is so off topic, but whatever. We have a little fun episode today. But Vix, I don't know if you've seen the TikToks of the boxing like VR game where it's like two people in the ring and then you go box each other and you'll just be punching each other like Rock Soccer robots, and then they just be knocking each other out and the model will like ragdoll down.
Are you talking about where they look like they're like prisoners?
Yeah.
Where they're like naked? Because there's one dude who is just like, he's got the like left hook down or something, and he just like knocks the fuck out of him.
Dude, give me a Hajime no Ippo boxing VR game so I could dipshit roll somebody in real life. That would be sick.
So there's, what's it called? Power Beats, I think it's called. And
is it like another Beat Saber?
It is kind of like Beat Saber. It's a rhythm VR game, and it's actually good. It's actually really good because you can import your own songs, and it will like auto generate music, and it's really good for workouts. Like if you want to just use it for a workout, because the way that it works is it will send orbs at you, and you have to punch the orbs. And this is what Beat Saber doesn't have. There's a velocity check on your punches, so you cannot just touch it with your hand. You have to punch it to break the rocks, and that gets very tiring very quickly. And then like you can increase the difficulty so it gives you more notes, and then as the song goes on, the notes get harder, so you have to hit them harder to break them, and that's very hard. It's very difficult. As
I
it goes
imagine
like 140 beats per minute, and you're like full Dempsey swinging, or like you're trying to do like a right hook, and it's such a cool idea. I haven't got to play it in a long time. I would love to play more VR games, especially VR anime games. The only problem, the one thing that they need to add to every VR game is smooth camera mode. Beat Saber has it, and everything needs to have it.
Yeah. Because other than that, I'm vomiting.
Yeah, well,
I get very motion sick.
I can play it. I don't need it for me. I can't stream it because people who normally would watch would get sick. And it's a lot harder. Yeah, it's a lot harder to actually watch somebody play VR than it is to actually play in VR, which is why I don't do a lot of VR stuff. Otherwise, I'd probably do a little bit more.
Yeah, because you were doing Beat Saber and people were telling you like I can't watch.
I did fix that though, because I had the camera thing that I could set off to the side of my model, but only Beat Saber supports that.
Has that?
Well, that and Pistol Whip,
I've seen it,
but those are the only ones that support that. But if I want to play like VR chat, I don't have anything that can do that. And Beat Saber will have like a different window open on your PC, so you can record the smooth camera, so people can watch. And
they'll just see your body like flinging your arms around. But yeah, there is an anime VR game that I'm very excited for that just got mentioned down live with us. It's VR Yu-Gi-Oh!, which makes perfect sense. That's the whole thing with the holograms. I don't know how that didn't happen beforehand. So there was this
I activate Pot of Greed.
Yeah, just do the whole meme in VR.
3 cards from my deck. Wait a minute, that's not what Pot of Greed does. And then I summon Pot of Greed in attack mode.
Oh, dude, that's so stupid. But yeah, so there was like this demo that they had in Japan. So some content creators, one content creator that I watch a lot, Rhyme Style, he went to Japan and he was able to try it out. And he kind of came back and gave us a brief on how it worked. And essentially, you're inside a VR on like the little stand that the Yu-Gi-Oh characters are on whenever they're doing like the hologram duels or whatever. On top of the little like platforms, and you'll have your monsters be summoned. So I guess it starts off like introducing you in the world. The dark magician girl comes out looking cute, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be like your guide or whatever." And she like, yeah, and she'll come out and kind of like give you the tutorial, and you'll duel. And when you summon the monsters, they come up on the in front of you, like in the show, and like they're so cool. And it's like a proof of concept. And I'm like, that's a perfect anime game for VR. You don't have to do much. You just stand still. You draw your card, you have your hand displayed in front of you. You play it on your dual disc or whatever.
Like an active VR world that kind of does that. There is one that has the like.
Do you think they have one in VR chat?
But yeah, there's one that's really similar and it has the cards and stuff, but it doesn't like activate the models, which is kind of surprising. And then there's also no like set rules in the game. It's kind of like you have to just obey the honor system yourself, because you can just draw whenever you want. And then like you can just like make the cards float in the real world, like out in the world. So like that's fine and everything. If you want to just like, so if you just want to like not hold the cards, you can just place them in front of you. But there's also no arena. So if you're trying to like make a move and you have your cards up, whoever you're facing could just walk over there and see.
Dude, there's that weird, what's that game that came out? It wasn't Buckshot Roulette. It was some card game that I've just seen people playing. They're all like set up.
Liar Bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I just kept seeing the TikTok of like the one character,
the glitch where his neck like zipped
and just
way off
looking
to
into
the
dude's
side.
head.
That was like super funny, and I would be down to like just have that stay in, because the cards themselves are actually just question marks for anybody that's not holding them.
It's so funny though.
It is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, he just like, so that's what you got over there. Yeah, just like, hey, get out of here. But yeah, man, we need more VR anime games so I can get Sword Art on Life in real life. I could go into a game, get married, die in the game, die in real life. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
I'm ready to one up the Sword Art. It's time. Shangri-La Frontier. I want the giant VR MMO to come out and let me do crazy stuff. Let me use my parries. Let me have I want to be like that one chick in the first town where she like, as soon as she sees the main character, she just like draws her bow.
She's trying to kill him.
Yeah. And he's like, no, that's a player. Don't kill him.
Don't do that. That Marquez is a player killer. She just, every time she sees anybody, she's like, do I shoot him?
To be fair, he's the only guy that has like the bird head and then later just a suit.
Yeah.
That would be really fun, especially if they did like a good amount of like side content, if they made it pretty versatile. Because I know there is one VR game that is an MMO. Actually, there's two, and one of them I actually own, and one of them I was going to get. One of them, Orbis VR, was really cool in concept. It was really early, so like your models were like just the head and then like your little floaty body, and then like you could see your hands. And there was 3 classes. There was the warrior, the ranger, and the wizard. The cool thing was that wizards had to draw their spells. So you had a wand and you had to draw the rune to get the spell to come out. And then it was even cooler because you could find new spells on obelisks throughout the world. So you could go out to discover new spells. And then their alchemy system was a lot of fun. Their alchemy was like you had your own little house and you could literally pick things up and put it into the cauldron, and then you had to stir it. And that was how you made your potions and your elixirs and stuff. And that was a lot of fun to do that. The problem became not many people are good at drawing in the air. So
yeah,
nobody could nobody was playing wizard because nobody could get the runes to work. It was close.
Yeah, that sounds cool though. You know what would be a good anime to turn into a VR? No Game, No Life. Just make a VR game where you got to play a bunch of random games against other people, but have stakes where you gamble. Yeah, pretty much. Just slap anime on it. Tabletop simulator, but style it over No Game, No Life. And you just got to play rock, paper, scissors against people, then they die or whatever. or they like become a part. Like, ooh, it should be like, oh well, I don't know, but I think it'll work because all you need is a bunch of mini games, man.
Honestly, I think actually, as Dukes mentioned, I think a mech VR for anime for like imagine Code Geass. Code Geass. You could just be or Darling in the Franxx. You could just be
just
in a mech.
some
Gurren Lagann.
Oh my god, Gurren Lagann would be crazy.
Be in the mech, and then like you only need your hands. You just pull the triggers to go, and then like you can steer.
Dude, you know what I want? Big O. Give me a Big O mech VR game, because all the main character Big O guy is
Armored
two like
Core
levers
VR
that just go back. Dude, Armored Core would be sick. Like legit, I would really enjoy a mech. I mean, there's a lot of like mech VR games, but I feel like most of them just kind of like die. But it was like one of the first like VR games that I saw, like a bunch of mech ones. And the anime, there's a bunch. You got Gundam, you got Gurren Lagann, you got Big O, you got Darling in the Franxx, you got. I think that'd be cool. I would love to hit somebody with a Giga drill break, dude. That would be sick.
That would be pretty awesome. I don't know how I would feel about being sucked into anti-spiral world though. It might be. if all my vision just suddenly became black and white, I'd be like, yikes! It's been.
Your wife just disappear.
I'm in trouble.
Give me a Naruto VR game, but you gotta have like the VR gloves, so you gotta do the hand signs.
So if you I have them. If you have the VR knuckles that come with the index, or
VR knuckles,
yeah, they're the ones with the finger plates on the back of them.
Oh,
that's why when we were doing karaoke night, you could see me like rolling my fingers and like doing the rock on thing, is because they strap to the back of your hand. Well, they're in your palm, but the strap goes around your hand. So as long as you don't have your hands down, your character's hands will be open, and then they have finger pressures to like do things. So yeah, you do your hand signs. Like, let me do my hand signs. If I'm playing Naruto, let me do my hand signs.
Dude, that'll be sick. Because I love the old Naruto, what was it, Xbox 360 game? Was it Clash of Ninja? Where you actually had to do the hand signs to be able to do your jutsu before you could, like, do them. Because like, you'll do the hand signs, like, inputs, like, up, down, left, right, or whatever. And then you'll actually charge it up and you'll do, like, the Rasengan. You do the fireball jutsu. I like, that was really cool. But they don't implement that at all in any of the other games. Like Ultimate Ninja Storm games, you just press triangle twice and you just do whatever jutsu you want to do. But I love that mechanic. That was sick. It kind of reminded me of the terrible mechanic in Def Jam Icon, the bad Def Jam game, where you had to do like the whole like, we're going to remix the world to be able to use your move. And I was like, it's cool in concept, but it gets old when you just like remixing the world around you to hit the people at the stage. I miss the old Blaze moves from Fight for New York. That was my shit, dude.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Dude, it was a huge letdown, but it was fun for like the first 10 minutes where you just like see Ludacris just and then like the whole stage, like the gas station cars was bash your enemy into the wall or whatever. Like, it was a lot of fun.
That would be pretty funny to see for a while.
And then
funny. When it starts going against you, you're like, oh, come on, you had to hit me with the fucking football stadium. Come on.
Like, exactly. Like every time I'm just bouncing off the walls. I was like, I'm just Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. But anyway. But yeah, no, anime VR would be cool. I can't wait until I'm 55 years old and they finally bring out full dive VR, and then I have a heart attack trying to play Sword Art Online. It'll be great.
Have you seen? First of all, have you seen the movie Ready Player One?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen the Ready Player One treadmill in real life?
I've seen the VR treadmill where people be running on it. That looks insane.
Which one have you seen?
It's like kind of like not an orb, but it's kind of like a circle, and it's like a full 360 that can run it. You're like kind of strapped in a harness in the middle of your waist or whatever.
So there's that one. That was like the Omni VR, I think it was called.
Yeah.
There's another one that is. There's actually two. One of them is like still a work in progress, and it's like a bar treadmill where there's like steps, and each like little section is like separated from the rest of it, but these little sections can move independently from the rest of the sections. So while they are straight, when you go, like if you need to turn, the bars will simply slide. And it was like a two-way treadmill, and I was like, oh, they're getting there. If they can just make it flat, and they're there, ready for Ready Player One. I'll get in there. I don't care. I'll run. That'd be the number one way to get me to run all the time. Give me a treadmill.
Is put Vix in anime.
I would do it. I've seen the haptic feedback vest. I would wear that.
Yeah, that's wild. I was wondering how that feels because I've seen because when VR chat was huge, right? And then a bunch of VTubers were starting to get into like the full suits for VR chat shenanigans or their
right
3D
now
model debuts.
They have like joint trackers where you just like put one on your hip, two on your feet, and then you're done. But yeah, there was one person, at least one person that just had the whole vest.
Yeah,
that was interesting. I don't know how much fun it would be or how long I would use it for, but I would definitely like to try.
As soon as you put it on, I would just find you to start punching you. I was like, yeah, feel him. I'm like, just hit you with the give me a JoJo VR game. Both opponents have to have the haptic feedback vest on, and we just punch each other to oblivion. Like, I wonder how it feels because I know they say like you feel the vibration or whatever, and you're supposed to feel like the impact, or if you're like touching somebody, like if you give somebody a hug and you'll feel like the I guess the pressure on the points or whatever. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be. I would like to do that. I don't know about like the getting shot ones. I don't know if I want to do that one. Like I don't think I'd want to do. Might have to not wear that one for like Gun Gale online or something. When I get lit up by a P90, I'd be like, all right, I'm taking this one.
It'll be just like paintball, man. It'll be fine for your anime dreams. Fix you wouldn't do it. You will get shot for anime.
Hey, as long as it doesn't hurt that bad, like if it stings a little bit, I feel like I can handle it. Give me that little bit of extra realism. But I know if that's the case, though, I'm gonna reach a point where I'm just like, maybe I don't have to put the vest on today.
Yes, put me in the Trigun VR game, and I gotta fight and take down Miles or Knives, Million Knives, and I'll do it. And
then you just lose the entire game and have to start over if you ever kill anybody on accident.
I know, right? If you ever accidentally kill somebody, like the big warning that comes up, like Vash wouldn't do that. It just starts you over.
Just restart in the Animus and Assassin's Creed, and you're like, wait, I'm in the wrong game.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't want the Animus in real life. I don't want to see what my ancestors doing.
Well, okay, so the Animus itself is like probably fine. It's just like
but if you can only go back to your ancestors, I'm like, I can only go back to like the 80s.
Okay, well, I definitely could see where you would maybe not like that. But if you think about it, if you go back far enough, then like maybe you could go from before all the bad stuff happened.
We was kings. But yes, no, the Animus. Okay,
you know what? Maybe we don't want to use the Animus anymore.
But yeah, I mean, the Animus in the future, like I don't play Assassin's Creed. The thing is, on paper, Assassin's Creed would be like the best game for me. I love history. I would love to go back and see, this, like fantasy world where you're meeting all these historical figures and you're like this assassin going on something. Like on paper, it sounded so cool to me. But whenever I try to play an Assassin's Creed game, I get bored in the first 2 hours. And I'm just like, when do I become the assassin? And I just get bored.
The first Assassin's Creed was really good at being an assassin, and then the Brotherhood trilogy with Ezio kind of started moving away from the assassin part, but it was still good. And then after that, they were just like, nah, dude, you're just you're just a merc, basically. You just kill dudes. And it became really button spammy and really easy. They gave you 1,000 tools for you to just fuck around and do whatever.
Yeah, because I think the first Assassin's Creed game I played was 3. And I was, the main character was Native American. And I was like, I'm just running and jumping through trees in the snow. I was like, when do I get the cool cloak hood thing or whatever? When do I become an assassin? I played for 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, I'm bored.
Genius billionaire philanthropist.
I got so bored so fast, man. But yeah, no, I mean, again, VR is huge in anime, or at least in a lot of recent anime, because they really, I feel like, after Sword Art came out on the scene, then you just had a bunch of stuff like that. And then I feel like that version of you die in the game, you die in real life kind of went away and just became isekai. Because it's just all right, everything is just you just get sucked into the other world now. It's not you being trapped in a hospital bed
at least
while you're living your fantasy life.
It's just I'm not stuck in there. Shangri-La did a really good job of making it so that the real life is still relevant without being annoyingly present. Yeah. So Shangri-La is really good at that. Sword Art, I don't care what anybody says. I liked Sword Art. I liked their real life parts. I liked the death game. I liked all of it except for one part in season 2 I was not a super fan of.
And also his sister, cousin, maybe family member, but actually family member liking him.
Yeah.
That confused me. I know we talked about it before, but when I first was watching Sword Art Online and he showed his sister, And I was like, oh, come on, anime, stop being weird. And then she was like, well, we're not actually sister and brother. And I was like, oh, great. And she was like, we're cousins. I was like, come on. Like, I was like, I thought like he was adopted or something. I was like, at least have some kind of degree of separation, man.
No.
Why is anime like this?
Only be related. We can't have any love interests that are not related.
Like, just please, mangaka, go outside. There's more women in the world outside of your family members.
Sweet home Alabama.
Alabama. Oh no.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I just kind of like, I just blocked that part out. I didn't pay attention to it. It happened, and I was like, yeah. At the very least, he didn't do it back.
Yes, he didn't do it back, and it kind of just was there. Again, I always talk about it. It's insane to me that they give the one true parent in Sword Art, because Kirito is with Asuna the entire time.
Yeah, but
it's still all the other girls are still there, like it's a harem, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? And Asuna just be sitting there just smiling while the other girls have moments with her husband. I was just like, what is going on?
I like that. Anyway. What's her name? Liz was like not a fighter. I like that she was the blacksmith.
Yeah, she was just kind of like.
I liked the Beast Tamer girls like job class, and then she was just like so utterly useless. I was like, okay, damn, that's kind of my class. I'm a little upset that you suck like that.
Yeah. Ooh, then you need to come back to Final Fantasy 14, because in Final Fantasy 14 they are bringing in a Beast Tamer class.
Isn't that like a hero class though, or like you can't take it into dungeons like the Blue Mage?
You can. It's like, yeah, it is like Blue Mage. It'll be one of those limited classes. But come on, it's close enough. It's close enough. You have beasties.
If I could queue into it, if I could use it as a normal class, then I'd be like, all right, man, you got me. But since it's limited, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
I hate that so
much. I mean, Blue Mage is very broke. Like, you just one-shot bosses by blowing yourself up. But anyway, so I guess this podcast is going all over the place. But I guess, again, just for my week, just to let everybody know, I'm a little under the weather, so I probably sound a little stuffy. I'm still a little congested, but I'm feeling a lot better. I've mostly just been sick this entire week. Literally, I think after we recorded... No, actually, it was before we recorded last week's podcast when we pushed it back because I was dying.
Yeah, we had to push it all the way back to like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, because I've been going through it, man. Because it was like literally Sunday morning is when I started feeling sick. It felt like I had swallowed a tennis ball, and I just woke up. And I was like, oh, you know how like when you wake up and you got a sore throat, and you're just like, I need some water, and you drink the water and it hurt, and I was just like, oh no, I'm sick. And so I just been dealing with that all week. So I haven't really done too much outside of just rolling around and being in pain. But I will be catching up with a bunch of anime, at least hopefully. So the last week's episode just came out, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, if I sound a little like weird, it's because I'm sick. And in this episode, I'm still recovering, but I'm mostly back. Steve Boy back in full effect, and we are ready to talk about some more anime. But on that Yeonin topic, it was something that we were talking about a little bit earlier today. It's just like moments in anime where characters get sick. Because again, every now and again, we all been through it. You know what I mean? When you were younger and you're a kid, you get sick, you try to stay home from school. I mean, in all honesty, I did it a lot when I was a kid. I don't know if you did this. I would just wake up some days, I'm like, I don't want to go to school. Like, well, my stomach hurt. I don't feel good. No, and she's like, what do you mean?
I was a good boy. I just went to school. Like, even if I was sick, I would just go to school. Because I was like, hey, I don't want to make life hard for my parents because I know that they have to stay home. One of them's got to stay home. And I was like, I don't want to make it any harder on them. So I was like, I'm going to just go to school. It'll be all right. And then
my mom just leave me and I would sit at home playing fucking in Mario 64 or whatever.
Nah. I probably could have done it when I was older, but then like, I don't know. I was always too scared that I'd be like caught and I'd be like, no, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. If I get caught, it's over for me.
Yeah, no, my mom would beat my ass. I was just like, I'm dying. But it just happens from time to time. Everybody gets sick. It's funny because I haven't been sick in a while. Obviously, the weather changed drastically. I'm down in the south, so it's been pretty warm all year, essentially, because the end times are coming. But then the temperature just dropped. So I guess everybody around me's been getting sick. So I haven't really done too much outside of just trying to recover. But it was funny because we were talking about it, just how there's episodes in anime or characters in anime that get sick, and they always have like similar themes. Because one of the animes that I watched where the main character got sick is Horimiya. It's one of my
I wanted to
favorite
watch that one. It's
episodes in
been
that
on my
one.
want to watch list for forever because I keep seeing the like clips and stuff of dude like calling her a bitch and then just like slapping her on the back of the head, and then she's like really excited about it. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my god! Okay, so can I explain that then? Since you've seen it,
I know
I'll give you
kind of what's
context.
going
Or do you
on.
want the context?
I know generally the context of like why he's doing it, but I'm like, that's so weird for I don't know. It's just not something I would have ever expected to come from an anime.
It is kind of wild. So I don't even know why I watch Horror Mia. I'm not like a romance anime guy.
It was like the crazy hyped one for that season. Everybody was talking about it. Whatever season it was, everyone was talking about it the whole time. And then when it ended, they were still talking about it.
Yep. So you know what I liked about it? Because again, it kind of broke the mold. You know, normally in these high school, it was different. But you know, normally in high school, I mean, pretty much. But the cool thing about Horror Mia was like, you know, the two main characters, they're kind of like doing whatever, right? So you had the girl who's the main character, Hori, and she was like, you know, popular in school and doing whatever. And then you had the main character guy who's like the dorkish dude that he didn't do nothing and he didn't talk to anybody, who's antisocial, whatever. And then, you know, she just kind of like looking at him like, who is this guy? Like, why is he so quiet or whatever? And then she starts to learn more about him and how he has tattoos and he's got piercings and he's like this cool guy outside of school and he just covers himself up because he can't have tattoos in school or whatever. So she starts to learn more about him. And the thing that I liked about him is that they genuinely just got in a relationship. And you know how the relationship started? Was in the sick episode. Because Horror Mia, whatever, the girl, she got sick. And he came over to kind of like give her some like medicine and stuff. So out because they were like growing a friendship. Like that's why like because like it started off like I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I think you should watch it. Hori, yes. They started off with like a friendship as she started to know more about him and learn more about him. And then, you know, they were just friends and he was helping her out, like bringing her like his homework or whatever like that to help her while she was sick. And then like they have that moment where she's like in a feverish state and she's like all tired or whatever, and they just like talking. And then, you know, like the confession scene kind of happens, you know what I mean? And then they start up a relationship, and it's like nice that it felt like an organic evolution of their relationship. They started off as like, you know, schoolmates, whatever, like in the same class, and then they get to know each other, and they kind of like talk to each other a lot, and they get to know each other a little bit better, and they started having feelings, and you know, kind of goes to there, and it's like a really, really fun like dynamic because the thing that I like, it's like I don't know, man. One, the dub is really good. I really like the dub, and two, like their interactions with each other are so cute, but also so weird because like it's like not like the typical anime character relationship. You know what I mean? Because like she'll be all weird and she's like, "Oh, I want you to be this tough guy." Like when you're with your friends or whatever, like the guy friends that he has, he's like kind of a dick. Like, you know, like they'll fuck with each other, talk shit, and she's like, "I kind of want you to be like that with me," or whatever. And he's like treats her all nice, and then that's when you get that scene that you were talking about, where he's just like, "Let me try it out," and he calls her a bitch, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she's like, "I kind of like it," and I'm just like, dude, it was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I highly recommend watching it. I don't recommend romance anime at all. The only other romance anime I want to watch is the one with the little short girl and the one big dude with the big lips. I don't know why, but every time I see that one, it just seems good. Like I don't know the name of the anime. I just keep seeing it everywhere. It's like the real cute petite girl with like pink hair or whatever.
There is
and it's like the real
one
big dude
similar to that actually does also have the sick episode in it, like most anime do. It's like My Very Annoying Colleague, I think it is. The main character is like really short. She's like maybe 4 even.
Yeah, is it like the real tiny like office worker girl?
Yeah,
and then her coworker is like the real tough,
really
tall
sweet.
dude.
And the dude was like the really tall guy. He was like a really cool guy. Like he wasn't just like fake or whatever. Like he was like in general just like a good person. And it was like, first of all, they were adults, so that was a bonus.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I can actually be okay with these two being together, finally, for once. But yeah, so then she does get sick, and then he like in Hori where he has to come over and he brings her medicine and stuff so that she can get better. That one was very underrated. My Senpai is Annoying. That's what it was called. My Senpai is Annoying. Thank you, Resident Nova. One of these days, we're just gonna pull you in here. And,
you got to be our fact checker, Jamie. Pull that up.
So that one was really fun. It went really under the radar. Like nobody mentioned it, but it was really sweet. Everybody was an adult. Some of the characters were like kind of goofy. They showed like multiple like the depths of the character wasn't too deep for everybody, but it was like enough without going too into like everybody's backstory. So I liked it. I would give it like an 8, yeah, like an 8.5 maybe. I liked it a lot.
Maybe. Should I go on an arc where I watch a bunch of romance anime?
I don't know if your heart can take
And
that.
No,
actually, you know what the problem is? This is why they have the sick episode all the time, is because you're gonna watch every single romance anime is gonna have the same problem where it's really, really obvious that they like each other, and then they're not gonna do anything about it. And then you're like, you just are frustrated. Like, come on, go do the fucking thing.
Like the will they won't they shit. I get that that's the whole point, but it's so annoying. That's why I like sword art. Like,
hey, people thought we weren't gonna get to it today. Dawn did it right. Dawn did it right. They did their romance correctly.
Yeah.
They are openly talking about how they are like getting interested in each other over time.
Dude, I can't wait.
They're in school, so it's obvious that they are not like fully aware of their own like emotions and stuff, which is human, so that's fine. And when the crazy stuff happens, they just like they're okay with it.
They talk it out, and I love it.
They just have such a good level characters. Raise the counter. Everybody knows. Raise the counter.
Because the thing is like you'll watch like what's the one, the quintessential quintuplets.
Yeah.
And it's just like this dude's tutoring all these sisters. Which one does he go get with? And I was like, I don't want you to pick one. Damn it.
Yeah, it's not super great for them when they have to like choose one. It doesn't feel organic most of the time. And then like in those cases, you're gonna piss off a lot of people whenever you get to an ending, no matter who you pick. Ichigo 100% was just like that. There was 3 girls. Yeah. He had to pick one of them. I think they made him pick the wrong one. He
chose correct.
No, he chose the wrong one.
You a Rukia guy?
Huh?
You a Rukia guy?
No, not Bleach Ichigo. The name of the show was Ichigo 100%.
Oh, that one. Okay.
no.
Sorry. I'm based in bleach peeled, man.
Nope. This is like Strawberry 100%. I think is the English name.
Okay. Yeah.
There was one girl who he had like extraordinary chemistry with, and they had a lot in common. And I think she was the one that came over for the sick episode, and she didn't get picked. And I was like, what? He went with the baker chick who like tried to leave to like study abroad. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's the wrong one. Like, no, like don't get me wrong. I liked that girl. Like, she wasn't a bad person. It's just the other one was perfect for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't like that one, but like, I don't like it when they have to choose. I like it when they try to use the sick episodes to like grow closer. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense when they like use it to like kickstart the relationship, because first of all, I'm American. I don't know how the customs are over or in Japan. If I don't know you, you ain't coming to my house.
No, come on, Miles, and get sick with me. Apparently,
how'd you get here?
Yeah, it's just like people just like, it's always funny, like, because we watch Look Back, and that's like a moment that happens where we're just like, hey, can you go deliver the homework or the study guide stuff?
You're gonna dox me from school or something?
Yeah, and then just like, here's their address, go there. And I'm just like, what do you mean walk to somebody's random house you never been to? Ain't that your job as a teacher? You got a car. Why you sending this toddler to go to somebody's house?
Teachers just playing matchmaker. They're like, all right, this girl is sick today. Okay, who was the one that was hitting on her? You go take the medicine to her. It's time for your love arc.
Kirito number 4, you do that.
Yeah, Kirito number 4. Oh, yeah, see, the loudest character in the class is gone today. Where's the MC with the crazy hair? Where he is? He here today?
Yugimoto, you go there.
Whoever's in the back right corner looking out the window, pay attention. You're going to the person's house that you've never met before.
Exactly. They go take you to a fantasy world or some shit. But yeah, no, it angers me
that's when you
in
get
romance
hit by the
anime.
circle, and now you're in an isekai.
But no, man, I despise watching anime like Kenichi's, Mightiest Disciple, and it's just like, it's the one girl, and obviously it mostly feels like Kenichi just likes her. I feel like she just like, I just want to fight stuff, but it's just like, they're going to get into a relationship, but the main character's so stupid that they can't do anything correct, and I'm just like, that angers me. I want to see movement. I want to see momentum. I want to see character growth. Like, come on,
Yeah.
why is it always just like we're just kind of always playing around it?
Yeah, sometimes the like character growth feels like shoehorned in there. Toradora kind of did it, where I think Taiga got sick and Ryu went to go take care of her, but Taiga's best friend had much more chemistry with the main character than Taiga did, and it just felt like Taiga was mean all the time. And it's like, we as the viewers know why she's mean all the time, but him as like just the dude in the show, he shouldn't have that much information. And it's like the best friend also liked him, so it was kind of one of those, oh, we got to pick, but we know who he's gonna pick. Because this one was like supporting character, main character. Obviously, MC goes with MC. That's just how it works. But it just, I didn't hate it because they were all right together, and like he did a lot for her, but she didn't do jack shit for him. So I was not a super fan of them getting together. I liked the show. I just didn't like their like getting together kind of deal. Did they even like officially get together? I don't know. But they were the ones that like obviously were going to be together. So not the greatest, I'll say. It was yeah, I think even looking back on it, I probably would have just gone with the best friend. So they like forced her to give up the role because they were like, so I won't say they were like perfect for each other, but they were much better than with Taiga. And so they just like, they forced the best friend to like give up on it, and like openly give up on it, and like really force her, Taiga, to like pursue the relationship. And I was like, well, you could have just not done that.
Is the best friend you talking about the blue-haired girl?
The pink-haired girl. Well, was she blue-haired? No, she wore. Let me check before I
it's been so long. It's been so long since I watched Toradora, dude. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's just, again, there's one reason why I started to read the manhwa.
Girl. There is a blue-haired girl, but it was the pink-haired girl that he got along with better.
Okay, let me look this up. It's been so long.
I don't even remember the blue-haired girl, to be honest. I don't even remember.
I just remember the episode when she was getting stalked, and I'm just like, man, what the hell's going on? Oh, yeah, that girl. Okay, yeah, pink-haired girl.
Yeah.
She was just like the childhood friend, kind of, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was like Tiger's best friend, and they were kind of like the unsplittable duo kind of deal. And then obviously the dude with the glasses, the green hair, he was Ryu's best friend, and he was kind of like the wingman.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's been a long time. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch Toradora. It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, like back then it was probably one of the better ones, but like we've gotten such good ones.
Yeah, we got Don to Don. What would be a better than Don to Don?
Romance wise?
Do you have any? Yeah. Yuri on Ice. Now, I haven't watched Yuri on Ice.
So specifically and in a vacuum, isolated, I think I like Dress Up Darling more than that. Like only the romance part. Like I still love Don to Don's, but I don't know. I really liked Dress Up Darlings. And I don't know. Some people are going to be like, nah, their romance sucks. It's like, I don't care. I liked it.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, no. Who? Because I'm not gonna lie.
So, there were a lot of people that were like posting about how they didn't like the romance because of the hotel scene.
That was the, oh my god, that was the, ooh, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When that scene happened and the lights went off and he grabbed her hips, I was just like, yo, what is about to happen right now?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, it was wild. It was wild, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I think Don handles their intricacies better, but
yes,
I don't know. It was just like
my Dress Up Darling had that fire.
See, but the difference is for Dress Up Darling, I specifically will watch it for the relationship. But with Don to Don, the relationship is just like icing on the cake. Like it's good, but I'm not there for it.
True. I'm there for the insanity, breakneck speed of all the crazy ghost alien stuff.
While they also get to know each other.
Is also, while their relationship grows and all characters and stuff like that, and then they just add another random person to the team. Has Don
had a sick episode yet? I don't think so.
Kinda. Well, episode no, but future in the anime or in the manga, I won't explain, but I'll hint at it for you. The note.
No. Oh. Okay,
yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what Don to Don. I was just like, These two main characters are my fucking children now. I love them so much. They should deserve all the happiness in the world, dude. Him reading that note, I was like, ah. But yeah, so watch Don to Don is amazing. But no, like I love Dress Up Darling. Yeah, raise it up again. But no, like when I was watching my Dress Up Darling, all I saw was positive stuff. Maybe because I stay off of Twitter. But yeah. I was just watching like all the like I love Dress Up Darling. I thought it was weird. Okay, one question. I don't know if anybody's reading the manga. This will be for you guys. A question for you guys at home in the YouTube comments or whatever. Do they ever explain the first episode of her flying? Like the first episode, Mary goes flying into the classroom and just collides with Gojo's desk and just bonks her head and falls on the floor. And I'm like, what? Who threw her? Do you not remember that?
I do not remember that.
In the first episode, the way they kind of like start, you know, they realize each other is that she comes flying into the room like a torpedo and just like collides head first into his desk and falls on the floor. And I was like, did she get a concussion? And she just gets up and she's like, oh, I'm just a klutz. I was like, how do you fall like that? Like, it's like somebody like shock put her and just threw her into the room like a football.
I don't know. I'd have to see.
I was just like,
clip.
What? They never explained it, I don't think.
It doesn't ring a
bell. Look it up.
Because I remember them like, he was interested in her because she was like, this is what I like, and fuck you if you don't like it all, or like if you don't like it, that's fine. But if you want to make fun of me for it, fuck you. Then I'm like,
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Do that.
Yeah.
So that's how I remember that. And then like obviously she needed sewing, and then they ended up like in the lab together. I don't remember her being like thrown in the room.
She gets fucking yeeted, dude. I don't know. Let me look. I'm looking up.
You're on the right anime again.
Yes.
There was another one that came out like the next season that wasn't quite as good, but it was still like noteworthy, and did also have the sick episode. Shikamori is not just a cutie, and then the girl Shikamori got sick, and the dude is like hopelessly unlucky. Like literally anything, if it can go bad, it will go bad to such a degree where it's like things will just fall out of the sky to hit him. So when she's there, she's like this athletic like guard where she's able to like stop all of these bad luck things from happening. And then when she's sick, he has the day without her, and he just gets like obliterated by everything.
Obliterated.
And then by the end, he's like covered in bandages, and then he tries to go like take care of her, but he's like, still unlucky, so he's like having a hard time doing it. Nobody really talked about that one because it fell in the shadow of Dress Up Darling, but it was still good. Definitely,
okay, maybe I'll check it out.
Recommend it. If you're going on, if you were to go on a romance anime binge.
Yeah, I need romance anime. I'm old now.
You've obviously seen Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, Dress Up Darling was awesome.
Another one that
dude.
I would
can't wait for
recommend
next
that
season.
You've already seen is Alia Hides Her Feeling in Russian.
Yeah, I have watched that as well.
That was also very good.
Okay, I didn't finish it. I need to watch the last couple episodes. Dude, does his sister ever announce that she's his sister?
No.
Why? It makes it so weird.
I think they kind of touch on why she doesn't mention it.
I saw that, yeah.
So there is a reason. Actually, now that I think about it, I do know the reason, but it's a spoiler, so I can't tell you.
Okay. I'll go back and watch it because I was really enjoying it. I need to watch it.
Yeah, but definitely one of the good ones. But the thing is that she is just like crazy by the end of it. Like the sister, she's not like, she is kind of like off her rocker, but like also not kind of off her rocker. It's like she's off her rocker in the one aspect of the student council debate, and then like her infatuation, I guess, with her brother. I don't even know if that's the right word, because she's clearly not like interested in him in like a love sense.
Yeah, she just keeps trying to play out anime scenarios for whatever reason.
She is like clearly doing that because she just want to fuck with him and Alia all the time.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah,
his name is so
like,
weird.
Why would you say that?
His name is like Machi Chichika or whatever. Like, he got such a weird name.
Yeah, but that was a good one. What's another one? I mean, Toradora is like fine. My senpai is annoying is a good one.
Okay, so was that's
wait, do watch Spy Family for the romance?
Man, I want to just start reading the manga because I'm just like, are they actually because like there's two things, and I know they obviously got to drag it out, but Spy Family, I need them to actually start getting feelings for each other and not just having moments where it's just like, oh, you know, the fake life is becoming kind of real for a moment. You know what I mean? Or you're about to kiss him, but then she's drunk, so she like shoryukens him to the moon, like Team Rocket. I was like, you know, that's fine.
No, I need
but
to
I was
have
like,
more scenes of Yor being drunk off a rocker, so she ends up like boxing him again. That was sick.
that was sick. But I want them to know about each other. Like I want them to all know, and I get that the whole premise of the show, they gotta not know about the being spies and assassins and stuff like that.
After she like assassin boxes Lloyd, you feel like he would just be like,
He should
yeah,
know.
you're not just like some chick.
when she
that was some
turns-
high class, top tier assassin footwork that you threw there while you were
when
drunk.
she turns a tennis ball into noodles. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, somebody figure something out. Come on.
Like, I get it, it's comedy or whatever, but I was like, I think it would be way cooler if they just progressed and they knew about each other and they just became like this cool family unit. Like Mr. and Mrs. Jones or whatever. Not Jones. What is that damn movie with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt?
Smith?
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. I don't know why that song was the first thing that came to my head. But yeah, man.
I knew I haven't seen
as
it.
I've gotten older, as an anime fan, I have gotten more like less edgy, I guess you could say. Because again, I was growing up, I was watching Speed Grapher, I was watching Berserk, I was watching all the cool sinning shows, you know what I mean? But now, kind of older, I'm watching a lot of more like slice of lifey stuff, the anime films.
It's the evolution of an anime fan, man. Like you start off, like you came from real life TV, right? So then you have like what do you want? Law and Order and NCIS and shit like that, and you're like, all right, I need more action. I need something to happen. So then you transition over to like shonen anime, and then it's like eventually all the shonen anime just kind of become the same. And you're like, all right, I need more. I need something more fulfilling. And Don doesn't come around every week, so
so I have to watch something else.
So I gotta watch something else. So then you're like, as you go through it, then you like kind of deviate a little bit. You go a little bit more towards the slice of life stuff, and then the slice of life stuff all becomes irritating because they all have feelings for each other. It's really obvious, and then nobody pays attention to it. And then you're like, all right, I need more. And then you go into like the more deep romance ones where they actually like care about each other, and then you get into hentai, and then we move on.
whoa, wait a minute, I missed a step there. Oh my goodness. I have been enjoying more romance anime, and I never was like a big romance guy, but now it's just like it's sweet, and it's just fun watching their relationships grow and blossom and get together.
In a positive way. You're like, man, I love it when my characters end up happy instead of dead.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting there trying to catch the bouquet, man. You know what I mean?
They don't always have to end in defeat. It's cool.
Yeah. Like, again, like when I was a kid, like what are some of the pairs when I was younger? It's like Ichigo and fucking Orihime, but even before that, it was Inuyasha and Kogome. Like I feel like they were like the anime couple when I was a teenager. Because everybody watched, Inuyasha, and they were always like together.
I hated it so much.
But if fucking Kikyo would come in and she was like, I'm dead.
Inuyasha, and then it was so fucked up because it was Inuyasha and Kagome, and it's like that was the obvious one. And Inuyasha couldn't stop being obsessed with Kikyo, and it's like Kagome was Kikyo's descendant, so it's like
reincarnation.
Yeah,
or something.
So it was like I feel like this is supposed to be weird, and I'm like, I don't know how this is like actually weird because at the start of like Yasashihime, like that Inuyasha and Kagome have a kid at the start of that one. So you're like, how are you like a descendant of Kikyo? Like, was your spirit ripped out? Like, what's happening here? Are you related? Why are you weird? Why does this feel weird?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But that was like the one outside of, I mean, you don't really think about it in Dragon Ball because Chi-Chi and Goku just got married and just was married. And now it's just like always the status quo for me as a kid.
I feel like Goku had a kid on accident.
Apparently he did.
I don't think he fully understood what was happening.
In Super, they canonically don't know what a kiss is. But it's like, what was Chi-Chi doing to that man? He's like, all I know is that good suck and making babies. I don't know about kissing. What's foreplay? Like, what was Chi-Chi getting down with?
It's true. When they hold hands, they can get pregnant.
That reminds me, I've never watched that anime. I think I seen a TikTok clip of the like bunny girl. And like the main character touches her ears, she's like, "Oh my god, you want to get me pregnant?" He's like, "What?"
And then she actually gets pregnant all the time. There's like multiple.
Yeah, I'm just like, what in the world?
It's always different. It's like first it was a kiss, and then it was like holding hands, and then it was like touching my animal ears, and it's like, all right, you're going in weird directions now.
Yeah, like what's going on, man? That's why Japan tried to get him right with that McDonald's family or whatever. It's like, no, this is what you need to do.
The wholesome family one. That as soon as the ad came out, everyone's like, R34 artist got this one.
Dude, they went crazy.
We didn't even get to see the video yet. We knew it was coming.
I think I saw the ad on Twitter. I refreshed and I was like, "Oh my god, everything is out."
Oh no! No, I got a hot dog at McDonald's.
She was getting all kind of McDoubles up in there. But anyway, yes,
the evolution
romance
of an
anime is great. Yeah,
they on the final step.
You know what? I think your step guide was accurate. But yes, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of DNAnime Podcast. Let us know your one true parent in anime, or help your boy out and recommend some romance anime to me and maybe Vix, and we can watch them and give you guys a little a review, a little update. I got so much anime to watch, dude. Now that I'm not feeling like I'm dying all the time, I'm back, baby. And I'm back to say that I'm gonna watch a bunch of anime. The next week be like, hey, I didn't watch anything. But I'm gonna read some manga at least. I'm gonna catch up on some stuff. And then plus, I think actually, big update. I think Solo Leveling is back. So I'm excited for that.
They were telling me about it yesterday. I think Nova mentioned it. That Solo Leveling. Somebody mentioned it. It was either Nova or Sora mentioned it. Now I feel like a liar. But yeah, they did bring it up. They did bring up that the first episode was out, and I was like, oh, I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, me neither, dude. I'm so bound on everything. I still got to watch ReZero with everybody. But yes, anyway, let us know what anime you're watching this season. This season seemed pretty light, but hey, there might be some gems in there. We might get season 2 of Osan just randomly drop, man. Everybody waiting for that next season. But anyway, give us your recommendations.
The continuation of the okayest anime ever made.
Put the DNAnime stamp on it. The most okayest anime ever. Like the old Nintendo seal. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This has been your boy Beautiful Crow. That has been Vic Seal. We'll be back next week with the greatest anime podcast ever. I'm saying it right now because we are here to entertain. We are here to scintillate your ears with our anime opinions. And if you guys want to join the conversation, leave a comment down below giving us recommendations or your favorite anime parents. Get ready to help us out by hitting us with a thumbs up. Subscribe to the DNAnime Podcast YouTube channel to watch these things on video on demand. We're in the future now. You ain't got to put the VHS in your VCR, record the podcast anymore. We're in the future now. So go and subscribe so you keep up to date with every podcast episode that is going to be coming out every single week. We are back, baby, in full effect. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. We will catch you guys next week for the 39th episode of the DNAnime Podcast. And hope to see you guys there. Other than that, guys, have a good night, have a good time, and continue to watch anime. Bye.